practices that were not based on property, were not based on hierarchy, were successfully building core parts of the infrastructure of a substantial technological revolution. One of the technological revolutions that were most significant over the course of, let's say, 150 years.
We are going to be able to build up the infrastructure so we aren't as negatively affected by this. It's the global poor who are going to suffer the brunt of climate change in the coming decades. So if you want to attend to the rights of the global poor, this is one way to do so. It's all connected.
The thing to remember about nuclear testing, I think, is that it's left a legacy which is just, unfathomable, unbelievable in many ways.
So the new freedom of Iraq, the Iraq that we freed, that we brought God's gift of freedom to, was rooted in the freedom of global finance and investment capital.
The future of the country is in its kids. And the kids who are being born now, who are growing up now, are both very diverse and disproportionately affected by poverty.
You are lucky, my friends, like I was lucky. Not everyone gets this chance. Maybe you are from a family because you are from a rich country or rich countries where everyone goes to college. But that's not so for most people. We have to make the most of college life in order to give something back to the world.
Violence feeds on the need for enemies, the need to separate us from them, and these binary ways of dividing the world make the world understandable for us but unlivable for many people.
If everything you do is about utility, if everything you do is about accruing wealth, if everything you do is about dominance, right, as opposed to care. One thing I didn't talk about in the paper, but is certainly operating is tenderness. I don't detect a lot of tenderness in capitalism, and yet what does life look like and feel like without tenderness?
What would it mean if we saw in the poor and homeless, as Dorothy Day did, the face of Christ? We might not immediately open our homes, as she did at the Catholic Worker, but perhaps we would not be so susceptible to what Pope Francis calls the culture of indifference. What would it mean if we shared the vision of Thomas Merton when he ventured into downtown Louisville after years as a Trappist monk and was suddenly overwhelmed with the realization that he loved all the people on the street? Quote, that they were mine and I theirs, that we could not be alien to one another, even though we were total strangers.
This is the nature of history, that we move ahead and there's a backlash, and we are always just struggling against misunderstanding. We have to just keep going. I think what I feel very positively about is that, in fact, we do have, at least in our field, so many Muslim academics now who are engaging with their colleagues of other faiths and doing some wonderful work.
By divesting out of fossil fuels, it opens up Pandora's box a bit, because first it's that we're divesting out of fossil fuels, next it could be that we're not agreeing with this, and eventually that's going to have an impact on our endowment. So I think as we have this discussion, we need to consider, why are we choosing the fossil fuel movement, and is this as an institution where we think we need to align with?
Well, let me just say, for me, when this is all over in 297 days, I know that I will continue to look for opportunities to work with then post-President Obama on these sets of issues, because he's committed to this work for the rest of his life, and I am as well. And honestly, it's clear to me it all started for me here at Holy Cross, in terms of my education here, in terms of the values here, that quite frankly, I wasn't clear when I was a student here what I was necessarily getting until I left, until I realized that, well, you know what, a lot got founded here for me emotionally and in terms of values at this great college. It's so wonderful to be back here. God bless all of you. God bless Holy Cross. And God bless our great, great nation, because it is a great, great nation. So, you all ready?